Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. To start things off, today's topic is how do I get $1,000 per month in dividends? I'm going to go over it with you so that you all understand the question. This is incredibly popular, I think especially right now, as it is the main idea is a lot of people want to stop working, want to retire early, or just simply don't want to have a boss anymore, which is completely understandable. And a lot of people want to make sure, and I would suggest this for you as well, even if this particular topic is not your goal, to at least start working towards something like it, so that when you get older, you have an extra portion of income to be able to retire earlier, and or when you retire, you have another little nest egg on the side, which then leads to more stress. Side note, I've been seeing a lot of things online where people who during this time period, during the crisis that we have happening, were meant to retire and are figuring out that they don't have enough money to retire because in some ways they either planned on working longer or just they expected to get another job after that, which also is an issue right now as well. So the question is, how to get $1,000 per month in dividends. In its simplest form, you would need $120,000 in stocks with a 10% yearly dividend, which equals 10% of that is 12,000, 12 months in a year, that gets you 1,000 per month. However, it is quite difficult to find a steady blue chip, very well-known and maintained company that is going to give you a 10% yearly dividend. You will typically find dividend rates across the board for many different stocks and other companies and stuff like that, anywhere from 1.5 to maybe 6%. And that's a strong maybe. So the idea is, or more realistically, as you are probably not going to get that 10% dividend from many major companies. And I say major companies as in you want to be able to make sure that you're in a company or have invested into a company that is going to be secure, because you don't want to probably have to look at the stock price all the time to make sure that the company is doing well. And you don't want to also have to look inside of the news to make sure that the company hasn't dropped some type of controversial statement and or merger which causes the price to go down. That is usually a risk when you deal with companies that aren't as established and or don't have or have higher dividend yields. So more realistic would be is if you were aiming for a stock portfolio of $240,000 to $250,000. I heard the numbers, with a 5% dividend yield, or $200,000 in stocks at 6%, which is doable. Difficult, but doable, or $300,000 at a 4% dividend yield annually. Then you get into the question, well, how do I get all this money so that I can actually invest into the stock market? So this goes back to another topic that we were talking about before. You're going to notice a pattern in this channel because making money is not difficult. It's simply a matter of starting somewhere. I started somewhere. You have to start somewhere. You can't just simply, and I mean this in the most honest way. I know a lot of people who have been telling me for years that they're going to get started in investing, and I don't hound them as much anymore, but I ask them later on, how's the investing going? Oh, I haven't started. I'll do it soon. I've been meaning to ask you questions. So it's always kind of the same thing over and over, and I know that they're never going to get into it, and I don't chase them down anymore. But you have to start somewhere. You can even start today. You can start right now because it's not difficult. You just have to start somewhere. So back to the numbers. It goes kind of like this. If you saved $500 per month over the course of 10 years, you would have $60,000 saved. That's already an enormous amount of money. There are a lot of people who don't even have a tenth of that. And it's just as simple as if you just started saving right now. And this can be saving extra money that you have from your check every month. Also, and also selling things around your house that also help you to build that up monthly as well. Or the other logical way, $500 per month invested at a 6% annual yield. There's a difference between the actual rate of return that you're going to get and the actual dividend that you're getting from the company. So a 6% return in the stock market, not right now because 2020 has been an interesting year. Usually stocks appreciate by 6 to 8% on average per year. So if you're looking for the lower end at the 6%, 500 per month over the course of 10 years, you're going to have anywhere between 83 to 85,000 US dollars roughly that you will then have invested that you can put into the stock market, or simply if you had already inside of the stock market, which is also a completely different story as well. Because if you have money inside of the stock market and the stock market is doing well and you're getting the dividend as well from the actual company, these are numbers without the actual dividends even clustered into it. Because what you should be doing, especially if you are trying to build a massive portfolio, you're gaining money every year from the stock market, and the money that you're going to be getting quarterly, bi-quarterly from the actual dividends, this then sloshes directly onto the actual stocks as well. You can have a thing where it automatically, if you're getting dividends from a stock, it'll it'll buy up the stock also that you're buying and you had before. Like the dividend can simply be transferred directly into the other stock that you had. So the more stock you hold, the more dividend that you're also getting every single month. Or if you are able to put $1,000 per month at a 6% return for 10 years, you have roughly around 166,518 just from the actual stocks and not from the actual dividends as well. Keeping in mind, I mean, yeah, that's also pretty huge. If you have that much money, you're getting the dividends from it as well. It also gets there. Roughly. And I say, usually when I get these questions, a lot of times, I think people ask in a very general manner or a them manner, i.e., how do I get $1,000 per month in dividends without considering, like, there are many factors that go into it. How much are you able to put away per month? A lot of people are only able to put away $50 per month. Are you able to put away 100? Are you able to put away 500? Are you blessed enough to be able to do 1,000 per month? The more money you have, the quicker it goes. If you happen to be working with a $50 per month budget to be able to push into the stock market, to be able to try and get 1,000 in dividends per month, this is going to take you a lot longer. It's not impossible, but it can be done. Another thing that I once again would recommend, and you're going to continue hearing this until everyone has one, is to start some type of an online business, because this does help along the way. A lot of people, I don't want to say it's underappreciated. A lot of people don't understand the power of not only having your own business, but having an online business or multiple online businesses, where even if you are nothing else making just 100 extra per month, super low number, that's still 100 extra for you to be able to put into an investment vehicle to be able to make the money that you want to make. This also goes back to the same exact question that we also had before. As far as I always ask people, what is your monthly budget? How much money do you have? What are your monthly expenses? Because you can retire early if you find a way to completely knock out your monthly expenses. A lot of the expenses that a lot of people have right now are also completely blown out of proportion because they have cable, they have satellite, and these two can be knocked out. Just to say, for Netflix, Netflix is like $12.99 as opposed to $200 or $300 for cable and satellite. If you can lower your living expenses as low as humanly possible, and you start investing, then over the course of a 10-year period, you will in essence be able to retire, because you will logically, mathematically, will be able to retire from that 1,000 that you have in dividends, and also the 800, 900, 2,000 that you're making. I mean, over the course of a 10-year period, your business should be relatively good. You should have gotten the hang of it by then. You'll be able to have a good 2,000, 3,000 per month that covers all of your living expenses. It just takes time. A lot of people, I think, get overwhelmed by the idea of time, i.e., I don't want to put the time in. I don't know when to start. I don't know how to start. It's just a matter of starting. It can even be something as simple as put $50 away right now. If you can only afford 50, put 50 away. At the end of the year, come back to the channel and start watching something else that I've made to figure out what to do with that 300, 400, 500 that you have saved, so that we can get the ball rolling. It's better that you do something as opposed to nothing. My biggest fear, and this is going to happen to a lot of people, is people are going to get older, as we all do, and will have no money saved at all. And it'll be a travesty. So the long story short is, bringing it all back, yes, $500 a month, 10 years, you have $60,000, $500 a month at a 6% annual return over the course of 10 years. You have between 83 to 85,000 US dollars, not including the actual dividends if you are able to do more, especially if you have an online business or have some other type of income that's coming from somewhere else that you are also able to push into that. At $1,000 per month, you will then have over 160,000, which inside of stocks with an annual, I keep looking at the birds outside and it's like really driving me completely insane. Yeah, it just takes time. It's not difficult. And I would advise, not financial advice, but just everyone should start investing in some sort of way, whichever way you feel the most comfortable. It may not even be the way that I'm telling you or explaining it to you right now, but just do something. There's no time to waste. And the last thing you want is in 10 years to either still be broke or be broker. I do hope you all enjoyed. I do hope you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.